Hello everyone, in this experiment I am gonna show you how motor and generator work externally, how voltage generation is happening and how motor can be a generator. We will also check on the generated voltage. Here I have 3 motors. You can see these are all DC motors, but the shape of these motors are pretty different. You can tell by the look. So all of these 3 motors can work as a generator. We'll see that in a bit, but we need a system that will help to get this motor work as a generator. So first I'm gonna use these 2 motors. You can see this one is a 6-volt motor and this one is kind of like 3 or 4 volt motor. So what I'm gonna do is I will connect these 2 shafts together with a external system, so that if this shaft moves, then this shaft will also move. So this motor will work as a generator and this one will work as a just motor. Actually, all DC motors can work as a generator unless you are making a motors especially for the work of a motor, and unless you are also making a generator for only voltage generation. So let's make the system to work. So I'll be back. So you can see the setup right there. 2 shaft is connected together. So before starting, I want you to know that if the motor spins clockwise, the positive terminal of supply will be motor's positive terminal and another will be negative terminal. So this motor spins clockwise, so this is the positive terminal of the motor, but this motor will work as a generator, and this is the positive terminal of this tiny little LED, and this motor spins anti-clockwise. So the terminal of power supply is reversed here. This positive terminal of power supply is actually the negative terminal of this motor, and the negative is the positive terminal of this motor. So let's start this. I'm giving 5-volt power supply to this motor, and I believe this LED will light up when the shaft of this motor starts spinning, as well as the shaft of this motor will also start. So let's see. Yes, you can see the LED lights up. So now we can measure the voltage. You saw the LED lights up, so the generator is actually working. So this motor is working as a generator and voltage is generated through this cable here, and so the LED is working because of the generated voltage here. So what I'm gonna do right now is I will measure the generated voltage through this terminal, and we will also measure the input voltage here. So let's do it again. Okay, so input terminal voltage here. You can see it's 5.08, and here we are getting 2.4 volt. So the input voltage here was 5.12 and the output generated voltage was 2.44, something like that. You saw there was a loss of 5.1 volts and the generated voltage was 2.4 volts. So It's a very small motor, so the generated voltage will be less than the input voltage here. You need to know that if the RPM of any of these two motors drops, then the generated voltage will also drop, and the drop is because of the process going on here. So this was one of the methods of generating voltage, how it works and what is happening here. So now I am gonna show you another process, so let's check another one. This process will represent how a wind turbine works, how we can spin this motor using wind power, and this motor here will work as a generator, and the generated voltage will light up this LED right there, and wind that we will generate using this fan here. This fan has a 12-volt motor, and this motor is pretty powerful, and this motor is using 12-volt 5 amp 60-watt power supply. So let's start the experiment. Here we go. Yes, you can see the fan kicks in, and we will getting some power here. As we move forward, the RPM increases and the brightness will increase in the LED here. You can see this fan is quite powerful, and now the RPM decreases and the output generated voltage will also decrease. You can see. So I think the wind turbine working process was quite a bit interesting, but that was risky because there was props. Everything that includes high speed spinning, high RPM props, that is very risky. At last I want to show you a simple, easy process that everyone will understand what is going on here and how a generator works. I mean a motor works as a generator. So you can spin this shaft using your fingers, so this will generate some voltage, and I believe this LED will light up, and this process is very simple and easy. But when I spin this clockwise, this will not work because I reversed the terminal here. This terminal marked as positive, maybe you can see, yeah, it's a plus sign here, so this one will be the negative terminal, but this is the positive terminal of this LED. So when I spin this clockwise, this will not work because these two terminals are reversed. So I need to spin this anti-clockwise, so let's do it. You can see it's kind of voltage burst for a short period of time. You can see it's quite powerful, the LED. So that's kind of interesting. When I first did this, that felt like kind of magic. It was a long time ago. So I hope this video will help you to understand the external process of DC motor and generator. I didn't get into internal details because that was an external practical experiment. This video is especially dedicated to my friends. I think some of you are having problems in this topic. I explained everything easily and practically, so I think this will be helpful. So if you think somehow my video helped you, please hit the like and subscribe in my channel. If you have any question, feel free to let me know, and please share with other friends. Thanks for watching. Take care.
I've
Bye.
been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.